Monica. Well, I've watched this tiny little thing that came out, not looking the best, but she grew into this most beautiful young woman you see before you today.
Wow.
But it's funny because you look at her today, and it's amazing how you see how resilient children can be, because in spite of who her father was, look how she turned out. So, way to go, Melissa.
We love you, buddy.
Thanks. So I have to admit, walking down the aisle today, it was pretty hard. It was. I don't know if anyone noticed, I was kind of choking up a little bit. Choked up a little bit beforehand, too. It's my firstborn baby who's getting married. She's leaving our family and going out on her own. And starting a family of her own. At the altar, when she was up sitting with John, I looked at her, and I saw, felt the happiness she was feeling. I mean, I had not seen her beam like that in a long, long time. And sit beside John, and John was smiling away, like the two of them were just grinning. And I knew that this was right. The reason she was feeling this way was because of John. He's a wonderful young man who came into Melissa's life about 6 years ago. We saw the great changes he brought into my daughter's life. We saw Melissa become more confident and come more into her own socially. And more important, we could see how happy she was. And we know how good that John's going to be to her, because this young man actually made the trip, and I know it was alluded to earlier, we heard it. He actually made the trip up to Minneapolis to ask for her hand in marriage. And you know what, I have to admit that just pressed the hell out of me, man. It really did, so thank you. The other reason I knew, because he had even a big, higher bar he had to jump over. He had to ask my other daughter to marry Melissa. Okay, no, I'm sorry. No, I was just pausing, so I had to catch up my spot. I should have put my glasses on. So anyway, John, we couldn't ask for anything more. I know you're making Melissa very, very happy. And welcome to the family. And kudos to you for hanging in there, because I know you guys commuted for 3.5 years between Madison and Chicago while you were dating. So congratulations, and thank you very much for making Melissa very, very happy today. So another duty of the father bride is supposed to do is offer some words of wisdom on the secret of successful marriage. Well, I don't know how many words of wisdom I have for that. I think actually I pretty much stumbled my way through the last 30 years. Well, yeah. Plus my wife's been very, very patient with me. Extremely patient with me.
She's a saint.
She's a saint. You're absolutely right. She is a saint.
We love you, Marlene.
In fact, I think she put Job to shame. How patient she is. But you know what? I can relate one story that hopefully will help. And you can take this any way you want. So as I was writing the speech, I knew I had to come up with words of wisdom. So I started to talk to Marlene, and we started talking about the things. What's made the marriage so successful all these years? Went through all the usual stuff. Things like always saying you're sorry, but the love and commitment we have. Never go to bed mad. Make sure you put the toilet seat down. All the real important things. And finally, I said to Marlene, I said, Marlene, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. And she looked me straight in the eye and said very lovely, you're right, honey, that's true. You're always willing to do nothing for me. So, I'm not quite sure what that meant, but I just think that I guess if I'm good for nothing, after all these years, and it's worked out, so thank you. So I'd also like to say a couple thank yous for tonight. First, my daughter and her new husband, John, make me the happiest, proudest father anywhere today. So thank you very much. Secondly, to Rose and John for welcoming Melissa. I'm sorry. You can have Marlene too, but welcoming Melissa into the family with open arms and giving her another family, another huge family to love her. So thank you very much, guys. Also, I want to thank all of John's friends and family for being part of the wedding party. Thank you very much for coming and supporting, giving all your love and support tonight. And finally, to all of you joining us on the celebrations here today. You've all helped us make it such a great occasion, and I hope you all have fun later. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in making a toast to the newlywed couple. May they be blessed with happiness that grows and with the love that lasts and a peaceful life together. I wish them enjoyment for today, the fulfillment of all their hopes and dreams for tomorrow, and love and happiness always. To Melissa and John.
You're here. John.
Let's hear it for Mark. FOB, that was fantastic.